Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. So today, feeling a little bit frustrated about Manchester United over the last week. Obviously, culminating in that defeat last night against West Ham United. 1-0 and David De Gea making a huge mistake. It feels like we've been here before, and in this video we'll be discussing David De Gea's future, as Erik ten Hag came out after the game yesterday and said he wants David De Gea to stay and he wants David De Gea to sign a new contract. There have been reports today that say the opposite to that. So we'll take a look at everything and I'll give you my opinion on David De Gea and his future. We want you lot to get your thoughts in the comments below as well. And we'll have a little chat about everything else surrounding Manchester United, because there's a lot to get stuck into. Just when we thought we had top four wrapped up and an FA Cup final to look forward to, we go and drop points from a winning position at the White Hart Lane or Tottenham Stadium, whatever you want to call it. And we go and lose against Brighton and we go and lose against West Ham, which has given Liverpool a sneak of a chance. It means if we can't better or equal, well, we just have to equal their points tally really now, because we're a point ahead of them with a game in hand. So we have a game extra to equal their points tally and stay in that Champions League spot. But in the form that we're in at the moment, and with David De Gea playing like he is, it feels like that isn't going to happen. And Manchester United are going to somehow throw it all away. But with those home games coming, you'd hope. And, you know, we've been playing every game midweek, weekend. We've not had a midweek free since September until now. So you'd like to think that should help the team and should help the those players. We hear Erik ten Hag is giving his players 2 days off after Manchester United's defeat to West Ham. United have faced a hectic schedule for several months. This comes from The Athletic. But now look ahead to a clear week, midweek for the first time since September. Ten Hag is using this gap to allow his players time away from Carrington so they can recharge their batteries before a crucial climax to the campaign. Obviously, previously we saw after we've had big defeats, he makes them run and all those kind of things. It's not that time right now. And I think he'd probably be thinking there's no need. I think he has to be clear in terms of his tactics and clear how serious this situation is. I think the players will know that anyway. But I don't think he's going to start laying into any individuals and stuff like that, because he should be making his mind should be made up about them. We're close to the summer. So he needs to keep everyone on side and hope that we can get through these next few games and that FA Cup final with positive results. And then in the summer, he can deal with everything. He doesn't need to start digging out any individuals right now in the press, which is why we come on to David De Gea. You assume those comments came out yesterday after the game. That's the only reason I can think of for those comments where he says he wants De Gea to sign a new deal and all these kind of things. Because I love David De Gea. He's been an absolutely fantastic servant for the club. Incredible at times as well. There were periods where he was one of the best keepers in the world. But that hasn't been the case for a long time now, for a number of seasons. Yes, he's still a fantastic shot stopper at times, but then you look at that goal that we concede against West Ham, and that isn't a rarity. Do you know what I mean? So not only are you losing out in terms of his lack of ability to play with the ball at his feet. Again, we saw it on a number of occasions yesterday. It wasn't just letting the goal in. It was also giving the ball to West Ham at every occasion. We couldn't complete 2 or 3 passes, and we kind of pretend to play out from the back. We go short to the defender. The ball inevitably ends up back at David De Gea's feet, and then he'll just go long. And we're playing 50-50 balls. You're then giving your opposition an opportunity, especially when you're playing against very physical teams like West Ham. You're giving them even more. They're not even 50-50s anymore. And you're booting the ball at players like Bruno Fernandes, who's game for a fight, but he's not the most aerially blessed. Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, Anthony. I know these weren't all on the pitch at the same time yesterday, but my point is you're booting the ball. We haven't got a Didier Drogba up there, to bring the ball in down and battle all these defenders. We need the ball at feet. And we didn't create many chances yesterday against West Ham, and a lot of it came from the inability to play through from our goalkeeper. Really poor at times and costing us again. Yes, we've kept the most clean sheets in the Premier League, I think, but at what cost? because there have been many a times, and this is what I fear. Next season, Man United are going to keep David De Gea. Let's say we sign a striker that we need and we get that midfielder and all that, and touch wood, fingers crossed, we end the season as we should and we get Champions League football. You'd feel like we'd get into a position in the Champions League or potentially in the Premier League title race, and our goalkeeper would cost us yet again with moments like this. We've been here before, so we can't pretend it's not happening. And I'm sure Eric Ten Hag will know it's clear. The problem that he's got is he probably doesn't know his budget yet for the summer, which is a problem with us not having the owner situation sorted. But let's say we have 150 million. He's got to bring in a striker, a midfielder. You know, you've got to rely on some sales potentially. Are you going to have enough money to substantially change your goalkeeper? So you probably end up keeping David De Gea, but I think it cost us now. You have the option of going with a Dean Henderson, bringing him back into the mix. Potentially, you know, I know Butland and Heaton are there, but you don't want to be going into a full season with them. Is Henderson the answer? I don't know about that one anymore. There was a point in time where I would have said yes, but that's not now. And maybe you could prove us wrong. So we need to sort out that position, but the manager probably doesn't know whether he can or not yet. And that's an issue. So I can see this one dragging on. But it's interesting that he hasn't signed a new contract yet, because I'm sure he's not receiving loads of offers here, left, right and centre. So surely he would have signed by now. He hasn't. So it's a weird one. Anyway, we need 3 wins from 4 games in the league to cement top 4. That's if Liverpool win all their games. Obviously, they could potentially drop points. So if we match them, we get top 4, definitely. Wolves, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Fulham. Those are the games. Wolves at home, Bournemouth away, Chelsea at home, Fulham at home. We should be winning at least 3 of those games anyway. If not, you don't deserve Champions League football. But the form we're in, you never know. And you've given them a sniff, which is madly annoying. Really madly annoying. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Let us know your thoughts on David De Gea in the comments below. Before we go as well, can I just say condolences to Tom Clare's family as well. Rest in peace to Tom Clare. Massive Manchester United fan. Knew so much about the game. I met him once or twice. I think we might have did a video for Paddock, Full-Time Devils way back in the day in America, where we spoke about Duncan Edwards. But yeah, Tom Clare, huge red, very well known in the Manchester United community, and thoughts with his family, and rest in peace to Tom Clare. Thank you to you guys for tuning in. I'm going to get out of here for now, but I will see you in a bit.